and a warm welcome to Federal special program Capital Beat. 6 months before the Lok Sabha elections, 5 states have gone to polls and the results will be out on December 3rd. But the exit poll results, which came out last evening, have not painted a very encouraging picture for BJP. The party faces a stiff challenge from Congress in states like Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. In Chhattisgarh, BJP seems to be failing to uproot Congress. And also in Telangana, the dreams of BJP forming a government there seems to have crash-landed because Congress is being projected as forming the government there. And Mizoram, of course, we do not know what's going to happen because some exit poll agencies have said that there could be a hung house. So is BJP going to play a prominent role there? So what are the challenges ahead of the Lok Sabha elections for the BJP? What is going to be the impact of these assembly election results on the road ahead of BJP? Joining me now is National Secretary and spokesperson of the BJP, Anil Antony, who was also in charge of Mizoram. Thank you so much, Anil, for joining on the Federal.
Thank you, Neeluji. It's a pleasure to be in your show.
You're welcome.
I hear your earlier remarks, and again, I would very honestly disagree with a lot of your prognosis.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, So, Anil, my first question to you basically is that if you look at the election, the exit poll results, do you think that it poses a huge challenge for BJP?
Absolutely not. Actually, when we saw the exit polls also, almost all the... So one thing, again, I would say, like when compared to 2018 also these 5 state elections happened. And this time I can confidently and I can guarantee you that in each of the 5 states, our results will be much better than what it was in 2018. And you looked at first of all, there were the exit polls, but I wouldn't say that they are the barometer which decides an election. Anyway, the elections are already over now. In a couple of days, the results will be out. So we will see what the results are. But the exit polls also, two of the states, the biggest states, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, most of the exit polls have given us good numbers, where Madhya Pradesh, almost all of them said that we are going to win, which I agree with. In Rajasthan also, almost all of them say that we are going to cross the halfway mark. We believe that our numbers will be much higher than the halfway mark. Chhattisgarh also, we are putting a very close contest. Last time we only had 15 seats. This time we are expected, finally we also have a very good system where we have our Panna Pramukhs, we have workers till the booth level. We have done extensive, we have received extensive feedback from all these states. And even in Chhattisgarh, our workers are very confident that we are going to get a majority. Mizoram, last time we only had 1 seat. I was the election co-in-charge there also. Again, I can confidently say that we are going to improve our performance. We have the MNF there, which last time had 27 seats. It's a national ally of ours. We'll see how things are after the election results are over. Telangana is another state where last time we were just making progress. Last time we only had 1 seat there. We had 7% share there. But you look at how our party has grown from there. It has been incrementally growing. In the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, from 7% vote share, we increased it to 20%. And we had more number of seats than the Congress. We had 4 seats, while the Congress party only had 3 seats.
But, Anil, sorry to interrupt you, but you're saying that you're in a close contest in most of the states. That's what you're saying. Now, if BJP is in a close contest, despite the party being at the center, you have the Modi magic, which is by your side. You have all the strategies, and you did roll out a lot of strategies like, launching the union ministers in states like Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. So if that is a close contest, doesn't this factor worry you that Congress still seems to be doing well because of the fact, say, for example, in Rajasthan, where Ashok Gehlot is also facing a heavy anti-incumbency. But then also, if he's in the race and if he's in a close fight with BJP, which means that he has done some work on the ground. So doesn't that factor worry BJP?
So again, I would look at it in 2 aspects. So one, again, let us not come to a conclusion that this is a close contest or we are not the favorites there. Personally, every single person in the BJP in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh are very confident that we are going to get good numbers. We are going to get 2/3 majority in one of the states is what we believe. And we are going to get more than halfway mark in the other states. So we are very confident of a victory in two states where we didn't do as well in 2018. And then and the second thing I would say is there is a huge difference between a state election and a national election. Again, I will just look at past election cycles itself, where in 2018, Karnataka, Telangana, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, all the five states, our party did not do that well. We didn't form the government in any of these five states. But in the Lok Sabha elections that happened 6 months later after Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh, there are 65 seats in these three states. And 62 or 65 we won. Similarly, Karnataka, we didn't form the government last time, but 27 of 28 states we won. And that is because in the national election, people are voting for who should lead the nation. And there is absolutely no doubt that Prime Minister Modi ji is head and shoulder above any
But,
other leader in this
no, but
country.
Anil, what I want to ask you is that what is the reason why BJP is unable to perform in the Vidhan Sabha elections? And this is not just one or two states. Now look at the number of states which BJP has been losing. Jharkhand, Tamil Nadu, Himachal, Karnataka. And now if you look at the election, the exit poll results, we do not know as to what's going to happen on 3rd. But it doesn't paint it does paint a grim picture for BJP. So my question to you is that why is BJP unable to perform in assembly elections?
See, again, absolutely not. You look at India right now, 28 states, and NDA or our allies, BJP or our allies is in governance in 18 or 19 of these states. So actually, like, this won't happen unless we are winning state elections. You look at the last 4 or 5 years itself. Like, you look at any of these big elections, let's say UP in Gujarat and Uttarakhand and.
No, I'm talking about this year, that is 2023, the elections which BJP has been losing in the last 6 months or 8 months almost.
Just a couple of setbacks. There were a couple of setbacks where the party did put in strong numbers. You look at Himachal or in Karnataka, it is not that the party got, let's say, it did very badly. Like, we still had around 35-40% vote share in both the states. We contended very reasonably well. And again, these states also, we are very confident that when the national election happened, we'll be getting the same results or even better than what we had in 2014 or 19. So there is a huge, I would say there is a big difference between a national election and a state election.
But is BJP's focus only the national elections? It seems that BJP is losing its focus in the assembly elections. Is that?
No, because BJP's focus is to win every election wherever it is, irrespective of what this, whether it is a large state, whether it is a small state, whether it is a by-election, whatever it is, our party is always contending to win. The prime example is what we are seeing in the Northeast, where, let's say, 5 years back, the Bharatiya Janata Party was, it was, let's say, it was not very dominant as we are right now, 5 years back, where we did not have a single government there. But later, we won Assam, we won Tripura, and now there are 8 states there. And in that 8 states, 7 of 8 states is either ruled by the Bharatiya Janata Party or one of our allies. And then Mizoram is a small state, only 40 MLAs are there, only 1 MP is there. But let's say in this election, in 30 in a campaign, like, we did put a lot of efforts there. We put a lot of energy there. We had our top leaders, from president to 2 former presidents who are senior cabinet ministers, to 7-8 other top national leaders, etc., who are coming to the state. And we were all, and this much effort and energy is going into the state because now we want to ensure that after this election we will make it 8 out of 8. So we are not complacent. We want to keep growing, and we want to. So we don't even differentiate between a large state or a small state. When the party,
there is no denying the fact that BJP has many leaders. You have the willpower, you have the energy, you have the strength to go into the field and give your, the fulsome energy which you need to enthuse. That all BJP has. But my question to you this time is, and I'm talking in terms of the narrative which was built in these 5 elections. Now, this time BJP couldn't raise those communal issues, not to that extent to which generally BJP does. And the reason for this was that welfarism, came on the forefront, and issues like prices of the LPG, then education, health, all these issues which used to be on the back burner now were on the front seat. And BJP, many people say that BJP was forced to play on the opposition pitch. You were forced to play on the Congress's pitch. Would you agree with that? Because Congress somewhere down the line forced BJP to talk about welfareism. Congress forced BJP to talk about issues like health, education, LPG. Given the fact that you also brought down the prices of the LPG cylinders, you also brought down the prices of the petrol. So wasn't BJP forced to do this time?
Oh, absolutely not. Again, I do think that there is a huge misconception here. You look at the Bharatiya Janata Party, we are not like unlike what the opposition is trying to portray. We do not promote communalism in any elections. Our Prime Minister's motive itself is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, where we try to take everybody together. Like when the PM took charge in his first year itself, he made it very clear that we want to take everybody together. And that is what we have been doing in the last 9.5 years also. At one side, we have unprecedented growth, where for a long time, like India is doing very well. And let's say, along with the growth, we are creating tremendous amount of infrastructure. We are creating tremendous amount of capacity. And I'm telling all this because I want to come to the second point you raised. And the third is, along with growth and capacity creation, we understand that in a country like India with this kind of demographics, we need social nets for everybody to have equitable growth. And so we have been focusing on that aspect also, where you look at some of our biggest schemes.
But Anil, what everyone does discuss about, I'll come to you again. What I'm asking you is that, of course, when you talk about welfareism, when the opposition used to raise the points on welfareism, then it was Prime Minister Narendra Modi who used to say and criticize that, this is a revdi culture which has been encouraged by parties like Aam Aadmi Party and other parties. And now it's the same revdis which are being given by the BJP as well. So why shouldn't not we be asking the same questions to BJP?
No, there is a huge difference here. You look at the Congress party, you look at the Aam Aadmi Party, you look at even TRS. They have been promising a lot of things, especially the Congress. You look at many of their manifestos. Every election, a couple of states they won, let's say in Karnataka and Himachal they won. Some other, for example, last time they formed the government in Madhya Pradesh, and all their manifestos, you look, there are these promises. We are going to free this, we are going to free that. For example, in 2018, they said that if we come to power, we give 4,000 rupees of unemployment allowance. In Himachal, they had a bunch of promises. In Karnataka, they had a bunch of promises. And the moment the government came, 6 months, 1 year down the line, they haven't even delivered on anything. So it's actually just, let's say, promising the moon without any intent to deliver. And then you look at the Aam Aadmi Party.
The opposition also says the same thing, that there are so many undelivered promises by BJP as well.
There is a huge difference. You look at the TRS, you look at the Aam Aadmi Party, again, they are delivering, they are giving a lot of freebies. But thanks to the manner in which they are doing things, where there is no growth, there is no capacity building, like there is no revenue the state is generating, and then you are distributing, and then the state has, all these states have gotten a huge financial crisis. A perfect example is Telangana, where you look at Telangana right now. It is one of the states with the highest debt to state GDP ratio in the country. Almost 28% of the state GDP is debt now, almost 11% of outstanding. So it's the outstanding debt, outstanding dues is almost 11% of the state GDP. So the state is in very bad financial crisis. Then you compare it to the national government, the central government, and what we are doing. Yes, there is growth. We are creating capacity, and along with that, we are creating social nets, where this is not something which is in the air, or we are just promising the moon and we are not delivering. We actually have, let's say, in our PM Awas Yojana, we have actually delivered 4 crore houses across this country. It's a fact. Similarly, let's say in our Jal Jeevan mission, we have delivered 40 crore tap water connections to different houses across the country. You look at the Swachh Bharat mission, again, you have tens of crores of toilets that we have created in the country. You look at our digital public infrastructure. Every single Indian is using DPI in one form or the other. UPI is not.
Right.
So what we are doing is not just promising the moon. We are actually, let's say, delivering. What we are giving as a welfare is also something which is empowering the people, where this is a long-term capacity we are giving the people.
What you are saying as welfareism along with empowerment, this is what you're talking about. But the opposition also, the opposition, just hear me out, Anil, that the opposition also claims the same. But what I want to ask you is that you were in charge of Mizoram as well. Now, do you think that there is a beginning of something which is very dangerous for our democracy. When welfarism and promises start taking a pivotal role in the electoral arena, how is it going to impact in the long run? Are we going to ride high on welfarism and we'll keep on giving doles to the people that, look, this is what you deserve as a right, and we'll keep on giving it to you? Is that what's going to help the country in the long run?
See, as far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, our policies are very clear. Like, when we have an intent to deliver, we have a track record of delivery, and our first focus is growth. Then we create hard capacity, we create sustainable capacity, and then along with that, to ensure that everybody have equitable growth, we create social nets. We again deliver public goods or digital public goods to the people. Along even a couple of weeks back, again the Prime Minister's Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, where 80 crore people, we have extended the ration scheme for 5 years. So we are empowering and we are ensuring that social nets are creating. Then you go.
But the voter on the ground, what you say that you are empowering, and at the same time you are carrying out the welfare measures, but the voter on the ground, when you travel, the most important question which is there on his mind is कि कौन सी party मुझे कितना दे रही है? Which party is giving more? How many freebies are they getting from each party? And then there is no difference whether it is BJP, whether it is Congress or BRS. There is practically no difference. It is almost like a shop which is offering too many goods with too many discounts. Now the buyer is confused. So
we are promising growth. We are promising growth. We are creating avenues of social and economic mobility for the people. We are creating hard capacity for the people, which they will be using for years or even decades. And along with that, we are distributing certain core public goods, which will give them, which will be a social net for them. So this is our model. You look at Northeast itself. You mentioned about Northeast, so that's what I'm saying. In the Northeast itself, you see what happened in the last 9.5 years. Like once the Prime Minister again took charge, in the last 9.5 years, we have actually allotted almost 7 lakh crores to develop the Northeast. So again, like I mentioned, 5 years back, we were not a big presence in the Northeast, but now 7 of the 8 states are actually having BJP or our ally. Why is that happening? Because more and more people are actually understanding the difference between the previous governments and we are doing. Where, let's say, in the last 9 years itself, we have almost doubled or tripled the infrastructure capacity in those areas: roads, connectivity, railroads, airports. Where in the entire Northeast area, we actually, like, our government see the Northeast as a gateway of India to entire South Asia, to ASEAN countries, and we are actually developing, we are actually taking that entire people there, we are giving them avenues of social mobility, and we are improving their life. It is not just giving them like 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees once and just ending it. We are actually like giving them long-term mobility.
I know we can have a separate discussion on this, that, you know, what is the kind of impact which BJP has had on the kind of infrastructure which BJP has offered. Maybe we'll do some more shows, but since the time is limited and I have to talk to you about several other issues. Now, let me come to the fact that if you look at states by states, whether it is Madhya Pradesh, whether it is Rajasthan, whether it is Chhattisgarh, and I myself traveled to these states, so I know for sure, and what I felt on the ground was that had BJP put their regional kshatrps on the forefront, then probably your party wouldn't have had to struggle so much. And I'll give you examples. Shivraj Chauhan was initially completely sidelined. Vasundhara was sidelined. Raman Singh was sidelined. And they were all brought in at the 11th hour, you know, when BJP realized that their earlier strategy didn't work. So is this some kind of an introspection period that you need to give more weightage to, or your regional kshatraps, give them more free hand, like what Congress did with Kamal Nath and Gehlot and Bhupesh Baghel?
These are all different perceptions that our opposition is trying to create. And it's just politics.
No, but that's a fact. There's a fact that Vasundhara, Shivraj, and Raman Singh did not get a free hand.
No. How can you even say that? Let's say in Madhya Pradesh, you are having a chief minister, Shivraj ji, who is there for almost 20-21 years. He has done more rallies. He has done more roadshows. He has been the face of the party for the last 20 years. And this time also, he was leading almost all the campaigns.
I myself, Anil, I'll tell you, I'm sharing it with you. I myself attended one or two rallies of Shivraj Chauhan where, he felt completely sidelined. He asked questions like, "मुझे क्या प्रधानमंत्री को प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहिए नहीं बनना चाहिए? क्या मुझे मुख्यमंत्री बनना चाहिए नहीं बनना चाहिए?" And he's asking all these questions to people over there. So, what does it mean really?
Right. And see, finally, all decisions of who should be leading, etc., are taken by the party leadership. Like I already mentioned, like we have a generational leader who is our prime minister, who is our biggest leader, who is the biggest reason why the party is winning state after state. The party has won two of the largest mandates in modern history, everything because of certain reasons. And then any state we go to also, the prime minister will be the biggest leader who will be the biggest vote catcher everywhere. That is not a question at all. But it is absolutely a misconception that because of that other people are sidelined. So we are
No, no,
working
but
as a team. There's a very large organization. We are the world's largest party. We are the party which is even bigger than the Chinese Communist Party. We have so
no,
many
no.
members. We
I know, I know you have to.
everybody are
Ha,
everybody are working for a common purpose, and the common purpose is to ensure that one, we win, two, we deliver. Victory is just for one purpose, and that is that after we form a government we can serve the people, and we can all work towards the prime minister's vision of converting this India into a developed country by 2047. So every single person in this organization is working with a common purpose, common objective, and everybody are working together. So all
No,
these, let's say,
let me just
all
interrupt
these.
you here. No, let me just interrupt you here, because when I was asking you this question about the regional Kshatrabs, how they were sidelined, and I was talking to you in terms of the strategy, that probably that strategy did not work for BJP. Had the party put those
You
leaders
are
on the
no,
forefront, no, no, let me just come to the next question, that had the party put them on the forefront, probably BJP would have performed better. But now, you've already answered this question. But my next question to you is that what about Prime Minister Narendra Modi? He infused a lot of energy in Himachal. He infused a lot of energy in Karnataka. He raked up Bajrang Bali over there. Then in all these 5 states also, except for Mizoram, he almost traveled everywhere. But why is the Modi magic not working? People are saying that, the Modi factor is losing its sheen.
again, it's all just misconception. Again, you look at past history, let's say 2018, like I already mentioned, like all these states where we are going to perform even better than what we did in 2018, where one thing I can guarantee you, that all these 5 states we will be having better results than what we had in 2018. Then again, unlike what many of the exit polls say or what you suggest, I am very confident that two of the states we are winning comfortably. Chhattisgarh also, I personally believe, and our party believes, that we will be getting majority. Telangana will be doing much better than what exit polls are saying. We'll be a very potent political force there after the election. And Mizoram also, I'm very sure that we will be improving our tally. And then we'll
No,
see what.
I'm not going to contest this bit what you
That's it.
said, because
And then let's say in 2018 also, let's say state elections are it's a different contest where people are voting for who should be leading the state. You go to a national election, people are voting for who should be the prime minister. In 2014, PM Modi led the Bharatiya Janata Party to the largest mandate since 1984. And then 2018, let's say in these 5 states, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, Mizoram, everywhere the party didn't do that well.
there is
But
there is
then,
no doubt about the fact that Prime Minister Narendra Modi still remains the most popular leader of the BJP and of the country. There is no denying that. But what I was asking was, that is the Modi factor losing its sheen? No, but
no, just
let
see,
me let me
let me just complete one sentence. So 2018 we lost all these states, but to us in 2019 elections we went to the elections with Prime Minister Modi as our leader, and people again give a larger mandate than 2014, where again we won in 30 odd years. This was the biggest mandate
you
the
feel
country
that
has ever.
2024 you are going to get the biggest mandate so far you what BJP has got since 2014?
Yeah, I'm very sure. I'm very sure and confident that we will be getting full majority, and we'll be getting better numbers most likely than 2014 and 19. There is no
Okay,
doubt
but
about it.
what
Because
what I want to understand from you, if you're saying that you will get better numbers than 2019 in 2024, what are the dominant issues you are looking at? Is Hindutva going to play the bigger role? Is welfareism going to become the cornerstone for BJP? Because you've realized that suddenly Congress and the opposition parties are talking about the OBC, they're talking about the caste survey, there's welfareism. There is too much, in the opposition camp. But BJP, your own ammunitions, like Ram Temple is done, it will be inaugurated by January. So the Ram Temple story is over. Now, what are the ammunitions which BJP is having as far as 2024 battle is concerned?
See, 2024, again, 2014 and 19, we won very comprehensively. You go to 24,
19, you won because of Pulwama.
No, no,
19,
these
BJP
are all
won because of Pulwama. Let's
We
get
won
that
be-
right.
No, we won because of the continuous work we had been doing in the last 10 years, where, let's say, as a country, we have been incrementally progressing month after month, year after year. You look at our economic trajectory right now, it is fully on its way up. Last year, we overtook Britain as the fifth largest economy. Like our Prime Minister already said, in the next 3-4 years, we are going to overtake Japan, and Germany will be the third largest economy. You look at any parameters in this country, in development indices, how India is progressing, it is all going up. And the people, and right now the PM stature in the global stage itself, in the last 10 years, right now, this is the highest.
Is the party really looking at that one big issue? It is still exploring that what could be that one issue on which you will contest
We are not
in
going to go to an
2024.
election with one issue. It is based on the amount of work we have done in the last 10 years and what we intend to do in the next 5 years, where we have every intention to keep on building on what we have done in the last 10 years with the objective that in the 100th year of our independence by 2047, we want to convert this into a developed country. So we got a long-term vision and we have short-term objectives, and we are working in a very sustained manner to meet that. And we are giving our 1.4 billion people so many avenues for them to gain mobility, economic and social mobility. Every single person, I can, earlier I mentioned about many of the schemes that we are having. And again, you look at any household in this country, they are all beneficiaries of 3 or 4 or 5 of many of these schemes. Yesterday, 15 days back, we started the Vikasit Bharat Sankalp Yatra, which is actually taking the schemes which our Prime Minister has initiated to all the villages and grassroots in this country. It's 15 day was yesterday. It will be going on till the end of January.
But what is Viksit Bharat going to achieve at the end of the day for BJP?
Finally, elections are about people. This is a democracy. People are voting. You're looking at almost 800 million people will be voting for this election. We are the world's largest democracy. And when a person is going to
do
vote,
not concede to the fact that the voter is no more voting on the basis of emotive issues. Now look at these elections.
Emotion, it is
No,
sustained.
I'm saying, Anil, just hear me out. Just look at the way these 5 elections have happened. On LPG, on employment, then you have had the rhetoric like a caste survey, all these issues which were raked up. There was no communalism in it. Even BJP was forced to put aside its communal issues. I didn't hear Prime Minister talking too much on the communal lines. I didn't hear any BJP leader.
So the Bharatiya Janata Party do not go to an election speaking about communalism. So sadly, it is the opposition right now which is now trying to divide our society based on different caste and religion and subcaste, and they want this kind of survey, that kind of survey, because they are again trying to divide our communities. But we have no intention to do that.
What you call divide, they are trying to breach into your own vote bank, and that is the Hindutva vote bank.
No. So
BJP thought was a homogeneous vote.
Is playing petty politics where they are trying to divide our communities based on caste and subcaste, and they are trying to be divisive. So
are you worried? Are you worried with this OBC politics, the way opposition is trying to go half-tongues?
See, you look at what we have done in the last 10 years. Like I said, the amount of work we have done, that itself is the
that
biggest.
Makes you confident.
So that is all we need. 10 years of sustained excellence in governance, and another 5 more years of the same trajectory, and every single Indian will benefit out of that. So this is what we believe.
All right. So we'll try and touch base with you on 3rd December as well, which is the result day live, and we'll try and touch base with you on that day just to get a feedback as to how the results have been and what you have to say. Thank you so much. It was wonderful having you on the program, Anil Antony. And one appeal to the viewers who are watching this interview: subscribe to our channel, send us your feedback, and stay tuned to The Federal.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.